we are focusing on temperature zones. As you are aware that vertical sun rays or near vertical sun rays, that means perpendicular and near perpendicular sun rays, they are having more heat, whereas slanted, that means angle is not 90 degree sun rays angle, then that is having considerably low temperature. On basis of that, we discussed in previous lecture only about temperature zones, but here I had to revise that temperature zones. So you are aware this is 66.5 north, that is called as Arctic Circle, whereas this is 90 degree north, this means this is North Pole. These are called as higher latitude. Why higher latitude? Because it is 66.5 and till 90 degree, so they are called as higher latitude. Then this is 23.5 north, this is called as Tropic of Cancer. Then obviously equator 0 degree. Another line I should consider here, that will range here 5 degree north and 5 degree south. This is equatorial region. Then 23.5 south, that is Tropic of Capricorn. And last 66.5 degrees south and 90 degree south, this is South Pole, where this is Antarctic Circle. This is called as Arctic Circle, therefore this is called as anti-Arctic, so Antarctic Circle. So these lines are there. Now here this part receives sun rays throughout the year, either perpendicular or near perpendicular. So this part we are having always hot, supposed to be. Now remaining part I am showing here. This zone, that is between two tropics, so Tropic of Cancer to Tropic of Capricorn, this zone is called as tropical zone, where tropical zone is having average temperature very high. I am using word here average temperature. Whereas next zone, that is here, this is called as temperate zone, where moderate temperatures are observed, not much high and not much low. Then another zone is there, this is called as frigid zone. So towards this part we are getting here a zone that is called as frigid zone. So this way we are dividing Earth into these zones. I am revising again, 3 zones are there. The first, these 2 zones we are calling as frigid zone. So this is first zone, that is frigid. Then temperate zone, and lastly here we are getting tropical zone. No doubt I am saying this all, but still you may observe certain different things. For example, in case of India, part of India is there in tropical part. Say in case of Gujarat, Ran of Kutch is there, from that Tropic of Cancer pass out. Total there are 7 states in India through which Tropic of Cancer pass out. So below Tropic of Cancer it is tropical part, and above Tropic of Cancer that is temperate zone. So Delhi, then Amritsar, these cities are there in in temperate zone, whereas Mumbai, Tamil Nadu, or say Chennai, these cities are in temperate tropical zone. Say whatsoever that, we are getting almost similar temperature. I am not saying same, similar categories of temperature. Reasons are different, but still in Indian subcontinent highest temperature is observed, that is there in Pakistan. The place is Jacobabad, where highest temperature is observed. and it is there in temperate zone and not in tropical zone. So if you compare Chennai or even Kanyakumari, Kanyakumari is towards southmost point of mainland India, then also the highest temperatures are observed in Jacobabad, that is in temperate zone. So only sun rays are vertical or slanted, that factor is not working over here. Several other factors are also working over there. Now altitude is important factor. We have to take out average temperature of the place. Say for example, I am again coming to Mumbai. You may say, why we are again going? Because I am staying at Mumbai, so I am more familiar with whatever the weather climatic conditions are there of Mumbai. Mumbai is at sea level also. So we have to consider, suppose Mumbai. The nearby city is Pune. Almost on same latitude. I am not saying on same, almost on same latitude. So both cities should have similar temperature condition. But practically speaking, the thing is that Pune is there inside the continent, whereas Mumbai is at coastal line. Another thing, Pune is having higher altitude, whereas Mumbai is having lower altitude, almost sea level Mumbai. What I should do? I should consider that for every 160 meter height, temperature decreases by 1 degree Celsius, that is lapse rate. Pune is at 500 meter altitude. For sake of convenience, take out 480 meters altitude. So what I had to consider, suppose average temperature of Pune is 20 degrees Celsius. I had to decrease 3 degree. Why? Because 480 divided by 160. So it is 3 degree. So actually Pune is showing temperature that is 17 degrees Celsius, and Mumbai is having temperature, I have to increase, not decrease, I have to increase temperature because Pune is at high altitude, and so it is showing low temperature. If Pune is at sea level, then what temperature it should show? So I have to add 3 degrees, so we are getting average temperature at 23 degrees Celsius. So like that, I had to manipulate altitude wise. So this is called as altitude correction. And then I have to point out on map temperature of various parts or various places. And then I have to join these places together where similar temperature is observed. That is called as isotherm. Iso means same, therm means temperature here. So isotherm, that is the line joining out the places on Earth's surface having similar temperature. But in that case, altitude correction is required. Now these are called as isotherm. And then whatever you are observing, that is global pattern of isotherm. It is almost running latitude wise, almost, not exactly on latitude, because other factors are also there. Usually isotherm shifts northwards during month of July and southwards during month of December. Now we are focusing on another concept, that is vertical distribution of temperature. You are aware about lapse rate. So in tropical zone, lapse rate is there at 165 meter altitude, temperature falls by 1 degree Celsius, or at around 160 to 165 meter, temperature falls by 1 degree Celsius, supposed to be. But see what happens, that when air at surface get heated and that air start moving in upward direction, then there is expansion in air. Say for example, this is the surface. On surface, maximum pressure is there. So atmospheric pressure is maximum at surface. As we are moving away from surface, atmospheric pressure decreases. For this also we can consider, if you use barometer using mercury, then you are aware at sea level, 1 atmospheric pressure, that means 760 mm of mercury. At 160 meter altitude, mercury level falls by 1 mm. So suppose you are at 160 meter altitude, your mercury level will be 759 millimeter. If you are there at 1600 meter altitude, then mercury level will decrease by 10 mm. So we are getting 750 mm of mercury. So this way we are getting lower pressure at higher altitude. As a result, air starts expanding. For this expansion, there is work done or energy requirement is there. That energy is taken from temperature only, which is already there, and from that heat is utilized for this expansion, and so the work done is there, that is called as adiabatic. This process is called as adiabatic process or adiabatic cooling. So pressurized air is there, it is getting expanded, because of that temperature falls. Want to check out simple experiment you can perform with me? We have thermometer. Our skin is serving like thermometer. God has provided us compressor also. It is my compressor. I will first compress air and check out temperature. So what you have to do? Simply carry out experiment with me. Take your palm, blow, press it. Check out temperature, you will get high temperature. Why? Because we are compressing air, and as compression we are getting hot. You can say that our body is having 37 degrees Celsius temperature, outside temperature is low, and therefore if air is coming through our mouth, then obviously it is heated. No, but apart from that, we are compressing out and then we are getting more temperature. You can check another experiment now. Hold your hand or palm away from your mouth and try to blow again. You will feel cold sense. Why? Because air is compressing your air. The moment air comes out, it gets expanded. For that, work done is there by that whatever heat is there, that is taken out, and as a result temperature of air decreases. In the refrigerator also some similar conditions are used. So when air moves up, at that time automatically it gets expanded and therefore temperature falls. So this is another reason of cooling when air moves vertically up. Again, if air is moist and air is dry, because if air is dry, then only uplift is there and work done is there and cooling is more. But if air is moist, then another concept is there, whatever moisture is there, that start getting condensed out, and for that purpose its temperature fall decreases. So this is lapse rate is different in moist air and dry air. Now see, that's why if you are moving at higher altitude, normally temperature should fall by 1 degree Celsius for 160 meter. But because of this adiabatic cooling effect, we are getting more fall in temperature than expected. Getting idea? So this cooling is called as adiabatic cooling. Now if you are coming from higher altitude to lower altitude, then again same thing is there. Because of lapse rate, we have to work in reverse way, temperature rises. But because if air is coming from high altitude to low altitude, it gets compressed out, and then there is rise in temperature. This is called as adiabatic warming. So both concepts are working over here. So it depends upon air that is coming from lower altitude to higher altitude or higher altitude to lower altitude. Lower altitude to higher altitude we are calling adiabatic cooling. Higher altitude to lower altitude we are calling it as adiabatic warming. So it depends upon air. That means temperature is not only depend on latitude, it depends on altitude, it depends on maritime effect, it depends on continental effect, it depends on what type of albedo are observed by that land. And now we are discussing air is coming from top to bottom or bottom to top. Again, there is a concept that is called as inversion of temperature. We are now discussing that concept, that is inversion of temperature. After my all discussion, it must be clear in your mind that on surface of earth in troposphere, as we are moving higher the altitude, temperature should decrease, and lower the altitude, temperature should increase. But if reverse pattern is observed, then we are calling that as inversion of temperature. What is reverse pattern? Suppose there is mountain. You can expect that on mountain, top of mountain, there should be low temperature, and towards valley side, that means towards deeper part of mountain, there should be more temperature. Higher the altitude, lesser the temperature that we should expect. Many time it happens, but sometime it not. We are getting more temperature in the top of mountain and low temperature in the valley. Want evidence? Try to get various photographs. Now on whatever the social media, many photographs are there. You can check out these all photographs, particularly during winter season. If you observe mountain or hillside photo, many times you must have observed that frost or whatever that fog is there, that is towards the bottom of mountain, and mountain top is exposed off. Have you observed this type of photograph? Actually frost should be there on top of mountain and bottom side should be clear, because frost is there because of decrease in temperature, and then droplets are formed. But we are getting this exactly reverse case. This condition is called as inversion of temperature. Now what happened exactly? At higher altitude or upper parts of mountain, many times they are exposed out. No covering of plants, trees that is there. So upper part of mountain usually exposed out. If that is Himalaya like mountain, then obviously above 5000 meter altitude, oxygen level is very less. Atmospheric pressure is also very less, and vegetation is also very less. So you must have observed Himalayan photographs that forest is there at valleys or periphery, whereas mountain peaks are bare. That means they are not covered by grass or by trees. In various mountains, volcanic mountains like Sahyadri, you must have experienced that upper part is having rock cap, whereas lower parts are having forest. As rock is there, there is very less amount of soil and no trees are growing on that, or very rare trees are there, so surface is simply exposed. What is the impact of that? During daytime that become hot. Night time it radiates heat quickly and no covering is there, so it lose out temperature and air get colder. But you are aware that when air is becoming cold, it is getting compressed. Its density increases. What is density? Density equal to mass upon volume. So as it is compressed, volume decreases, density increases. As a result, if there is mountain range like this, here air get colder, density increases, where here the radiations are not that extent. Why? Because it is covered by forest, and that's why temperature fall is not much, and so this air start draining out towards bottom, whereas this air is replaced here. So this way, this is the drainage of cold air from top to bottom. As a result, it is replaced by hot air from bottom to top. This type of inversion of temperature, that is called as drainage inversion. So this is first type, that is called as drainage inversion. Now second type of inversion, that is called as radiation inversion. Due to some reason, if lower areas they are exposed or any other reason, lower areas radiate energy to great extent. As a result, temperature fall is observed in lower areas, whereas higher altitude areas, they retain energy. Let us check out a place, that is Mahabaleshwar, that is there in Sahyadri mountain range, where it is covered densely by trees. it is having dense forest at top, whereas a place which is there nearby, that is Y. It may be possible that during summer season Mahabaleshwar's temperature may rise, whereas Y will have lower temperature. Why? Because that is exposed land, so immediately radiation is carried out, whereas in case of Mahabaleshwar it is covered by forest, and therefore radiation is not much, it is retained there, because night time forest also emit carbon dioxide, trees also emit carbon dioxide, and therefore this energy is trapped. So exposed land may radiate energy to greater extent, whereas covered land will radiate energy with less extent. As a result, higher altitude region will have more temperature and lower altitude may have less temperature. This is called as radiation inversion. The third type of inversion, that is called as advection inversion. What is this advection inversion? Particularly this occurs on border where, say, from this side warmer air is coming and this side cold air is coming. When they are having clashes, the warmer air moves in upward direction and cold air remains at bottom. Why? Because cold air is having more density than warm air, and so warmer air moves in upside and cold air as downside. So downside temperature is more and upside temperature is reverse. Downside temperature is less and upside temperature is more. So it is expected that upside temperature should less, but it is more, and downside temperature should more, but it is less. So this is inversion of temperature. This is called as advection inversion. So this type of temperature of inversions are observed here. So this is the part of temperature. Now next topic we are starting out, that is thermal anomaly, in next lecture.